Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Powerplex here in St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador. Semi-final Saturday of the 2016 Hall of Fame Cup Tournament, the Elite Eight. The number 2 ranked St. Kevin's Mavericks playing, I believe it's the number 3 ranked O'Donnell Patriots.
2 versus 3.
I'm Steve Power, joined once again by my partner in crime for this weekend, the Swami, Scott Noftel, and we see Ashley Collins right away putting her impression on this ball game, and St. Kevin's up by 4 early on. You see the O'Donnell team not liking what they see early, going to look for a timeout here early on. And what are the keys here in this game, Scott? As we know, this St. Kevin's team, we see a three-pointer from the outside drop. 7-0 St. Kevin's, 48 seconds in. What do O'Donnell have to do to beat this team today?
The first thing they have to do is come out to play against the number 2 team, St. Kevin's Mavericks. If you don't bring it against this team, Steve, I don't know if you noticed the last 20 seconds of the warm-up, St. Kevin's are sprinting up and down baseline to center court. O'Donnell, a little bit laid back, shooting a few free throws. Look at the score, 7-0. O'Donnell has to come out prepared against this St. Kevin's team. St. Kevin's are on a mission to get to the finals and try to knock off that Waterford Valley team. See if O'Donnell's on the same mission today.
So O'Donnell, an uphill battle. Not exactly a David versus Goliath matchup. I think O'Donnell are a lot better than that. But no doubt, I think St. Kevin's are the favorites, and favorites for a reason, Scott.
Absolutely. You know, the top 2 teams, and then there's parity amongst 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Here comes O'Donnell. It's Stephanie Beer. She's the girl who likes to handle the ball for the Patriots team, draws the foul.
And this is a young O'Donnell team, too, Steve. We have to take that into consideration. Just experience there right off the top. Ashley Collins, tons of experience. Emma Power coming in, 7-point lead. O'Donnell settle down now, get into their offense, get a couple stops, and get in this basketball game.
Here's Collins. Collins up the floor, settles things down now. Ball comes all the way back down in the corner for Collins. Collins finds Brina Power in the key. Good ball movement here by St. Kevin's. No shot, though. And there finally is a shot, and that one gets missed. Rebound, though, offensively pulled down by the Mavericks. Not going to be a basket on the play. Another foul call, though, goes against O'Donnell. But St. Kevin's just going to get the ball and not the hoop, as we see Kylie Emberley coming over for the inbounds.
Kylie with a great rebound then, getting her team another possession. Chance to balloon this lead up.
Collins drives the lane, kicks it outside. Beautiful pass there from Ashley Collins to Kiana Vaughn. And St. Kevin's right away to the press.
Ashley put the ball on the floor, 2-3 hard dribbles, creating an open shot for her teammate.
What's the O'Donnell answer here? Right now, O'Donnell not a sniff in the offensive zone. I don't think they brought the ball to the hoop yet, Scott.
Just need to settle down, keep the ball in your guards' hands, let them do what they've been working on, and bring the ball up, get into your offense.
Great defense there by Emma Power. Kicks it over for Brina Power on the outside, down low, and a foul on the play. And once again, the Mavericks going to go to the foul line. And just over 2 minutes in, 9-0 lead, St. Kevin's. O'Donnell have not attempted a shot yet.
And Sarah Hiscock hasn't touched the basketball, and that's the key for that O'Donnell offense, is getting that ball inside, low, working that inside-outside game.
She certainly is the straw that stirs the O'Donnell drink, that's for sure. See the free throws made here by St. Kevin's. Elizabeth Davila. And my apologies once again to young Miss Davila, calling her Alex the last game. Elizabeth Davila on the inbounds. Ball's put in, and St. Kevin's will take over on a turnover. I think that ball almost rolled out of the building there, out of the gym. This Powerplex complex is absolutely huge. Here's Emma Power.
Great facility, Steve. I'd love to see 3 more in the province.
I think every sport would say that, Scott. Every sport here in the infrastructure stage, and I know it for hockey is a fact, here in the metro area, almost embarrassing, the lack of facilities.
I believe it is embarrassing, not to get political here on the broadcast, and not to plug my podcast, the Pine Podcast, but we had a great lead pass by Stephanie Beer.
Here's a chance for O'Donnell. First time they bring the ball to the hoop, and Katie Cousins makes the field goal for the Patriots.
We had the NLBA director, Billy Murphy, on the podcast, talked to him for an hour, and it was a great insight into the NLBA and what goes on there. They got a big target on their back. Everyone likes to, when things go wrong, blame it on the NLBA, and I'm sure the Hockey Association gets the same thing. But when you listen to the podcast and you hear Billy talk about just how much money they have and how little money they get from the government, less 10% of the NLBA's funding comes from the government. I think our government needs to step up and support these young athletes big time.
Ashley Collins pushes the ball to the outside for Emma Power. Ball gets kicked in down low for Kylie Emberley. Emberley outside to Collins. Collins steps up, misses that one. Rebound attempt for St. Kevin's. Emberley fights for that one, and Hiscock comes away with the rebound for the Patriots. Good drive to the basket by Stephanie Beer. Blocking will be the call. Not sure if Beer is going to go to the line for that one or not, but it certainly seems like it will be. St. Kevin's with their first substitution as number 15, Kylie Emberley, comes out, but Grace Bennett is going to check in. A little bit of depth on this St. Kevin's team, Scott.
Absolutely. A lot of depth in this whole Ghouls basketball community. A lot of great young players coming out of the Ghouls. A lot of positive things. A great example for any community out there watching across the island. You get good people involved and a lot of hard work, you can build a program that's not only great for the province. This Ghouls program is world class. A lot of kids playing basketball.
It's funny you speak of the Ghouls, and my daughter plays basketball at a much younger level, and the Ghouls certainly do have a good program.
Absolutely.
And from Ghouls Elementary to St. Kevin's Junior High, and I think it's got a lot to do with the volunteer core group. I know the parents are a big part of it, and they really, really got their act together out there. A lot of times I hear my daughter say jokingly, "Oh, I hate to play Ghouls or St. Kevin's. We hate them." And you know why they hate them? They hate them because they're good.
Absolutely.
There's no reason. In hockey, that happens sometimes too. Sometimes you have a dirty opponent or a physical opponent. I just think people don't like Ghouls because they're good.
If people are not hating on you, you're not doing anything right.
Yeah. St. Kevin's in a commanding 11-point lead right now. Hiscock puts the ball to Beer. She puts up a wild jump shot. That one misses. Ashley Collins brings it down the floor for Emma Power. Here's Power. Slowing down on the outside. Ball down low. Shot by Kayla Fisher from the baseline. And Fisher drops that one for two. I don't know if St. Kevin's missed a shot yet, Scott.
Just great looks at the basket and confident. Going to work.
Both sides look to get some substitutions in the next whistle. St. Kevin's just trying to keep the machine going. Here's Natasha Knight for O'Donnell. Good drive into the hole there. Can't quite get it to drop, though. And the subs will check in for O'Donnell. Beth House is going to come into the game. And for St. Kevin's, we're going to see Kristen Goss for the first time in this matchup. Tell me about it. Look at young lady Goss there with tape or bandage on her knees. What is that, Scott?
I'm not exactly sure why she has it on, but chances are it's Osgood.
Osgood Slatters.
Yes, a knee.
Yes, I'm familiar with
ailment that a lot of young athletes have going through growth.
So what's
spurts.
the purpose of is it athletic tape, I would assume, or a bandage of some type? Just for support, I guess?
Just for support, Steve. Again, I'm not on many things. Physio is not one of them.
I can't believe, I'm so disappointed you don't know that.
I do have a phys ed degree, and I did score a 60% in my anatomy class.
That being said, we're going to have to put the Twitter link up there on Twitter. If you can tell us what that means, seeing as Scott Noftel doesn't know. Very disappointed in that.
I will tell you this, though, Steve. A big part of training young female athletes, any athlete, but females in particular, and you go through a tournament, you see a lot of knee injuries, a lot of knee braces. As a coach or a trainer, you have to be very proactive and make sure that your kids are warming up properly and doing very specific exercises to build up that strength in the knee and the flexibility and the range of motion in these young female athletes training program.
Nice drive there by Sarah Hiscock. Couldn't get the ball to fall. Fisher comes into the hoop. Here's Bennett. Bennett kicks that one to the outside. Emma Power, she comes down the hole. Hiscock gets the big arms up there and blocks that one off, and great rebound there by Sarah Hiscock. Hiscock finds Beer, Stephanie Beer. On the outside, Elizabeth Davila takes a long shot. That one doesn't go anywhere, but the rebound grabbed by O'Donnell.
O'Donnell looking a little more fluid here. Not a great shot, but a shot.
There's a shot by Beer, and that one's going to fall. Folks, you can reach out to us on Twitter. We're live and interactive here on Bell TV 1. You can get my partner, Scott Noftel, at NLB Train. Send a tweet to me, at StevePowerNL. You want to give us your commentary or thoughts on the game? Give a shout out to one of your favorite players or coaches, or just want to take a stab at one of us. Hey, all bets are off. Let us have it.
Kayla Fisher getting some quality minutes in for this St. Kevin's team here, getting to the line.
Fisher's been offensively very good so far this game. Pretty quiet in the gym right now, and just a blistering start by St. Kevin's here, Scott. 22 points here in this first quarter against a very good O'Donnell team.
O'Donnell a little shell shocked here early in the game. Again, a young team need to get their composure.
Here's Hiscock now. Hiscock, nice pass down low. Finds Katie Cousins. Cousins goes up, draws the foul.
And if O'Donnell's going to stay in this game, that's what they need more of. Get the ball into Sarah Hiscock's hand, the biggest player on the court right now, and like we talked about earlier, very very improved, showing great composure when she gets the basketball. Let the offense generate from Sarah.
So Cousins at the foul line for the Patriots. In the hole, they need to grab any points they get, especially these free attempts from the charity stripe. Good form in that shot, and that one finds nothing but net. 22-9, 2:25 left to go in this first quarter. Great ball movement by St. Kevin's. Here's Fisher. Fisher drives through, goes right through the hands of Emberly, and O'Donnell gonna take a chance to come away. Here come the Patriots. Here's Beer. Beer finds Hiscock in the middle of the paint. Hiscock drives to the net, puts it up. Can't get the ball to drop, though, but a good drive there by Hiscock, and that's something they're going to look for her to do, Scott.
Chipping away. Like to get this lead under 10 going into the second quarter.
Hiscock on the line. First shot rims in and out. And Hiscock does indeed sink shot number 2 to bring the lead intact. (22-10) is our score here in the first quarter. O'Donnell under some pressure here now. And Beer beats the pressure, brings the ball to the half court. Hiscock starting to get a few more touches on the ball, and she's fighting to get through to the key, but St. Kevin's not letting her come through for any free shot whatsoever. Emberly follows up with the putback for 2. And you got to think that's got to be a game plan of St. Kevin's. They're not going to let Hiscock beat them today. If she wants any baskets, they're certainly not going to be easy. She's not going to go through one, but two and sometimes three people to get to the hoop.
Great point there, Steve. As we just saw, she takes a shot from the corner, and immediately Kaylee Fisher challenges the shot, and not only that, gets a body on her.
And there's one there. Hiscock actually had a free lane to the basket, makes the layup, but she's fouled on the play. She's simply not going to get an uncontested shot on this day, I don't think.
Not against St. Kevin's. No, it's not going to happen. You know, and that's what separates, you know, St. Kevin's and Waterford Valley from the rest of the pack. Passing, better passing basketball teams, move the ball. Offense is a lot more fluid. And defensively, they just get after it. 5 players are after you
Hiscock,
for the full 40 minutes.
Hiscock with the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Grabs it, goes in again, and is fouled again. So she'll go right back to the line to shoot 2. Hiscock's got some great form there on the line, just not getting it to drop right now. One for 2 for Sarah Hiscock. Here comes Ashley Collins now. Collins, she's only got 1 speed, Scott. I don't know if she knows how to do anything slow.
Ashley Collins, you know, great player for this St. Kevin's team. And, you know, she's in grade 12. You see the MUN basketball, the women's team are behind the goal down there, Steve. And the coach has been in the gym. You know, she wants to take her game to the next level and play next year with the MUN team, and now's your chance. She's playing her butt off out there.
She is all go. 1 speed is 100 miles an hour. She seems to do everything fast. She probably eats 8 meals a day. She eats so fast. Unbelievable.
Are we talking about Ashley or yourself now, Steve?
No. I eat them slower.
Constant feed.
Constant feed, yes. Natasha Knight drives the lane, puts the ball up. Going to be a travel call, like looking to get the foul call there. Doesn't go her way. And with 0.6 seconds left there in this first quarter, St. Kevin's with the dream start, 24-13. A little pushback from O'Donnell there later on. It's not as bad as it was, to be honest, Scott.
O'Donnell doing well to keep this close and not let that lead balloon. Again, it all starts with number 15 for the O'Donnell Patriots, Sarah Hiscock. The more times she touches the basketball in good positions, good things happen for the O'Donnell High Patriots. St. Kevin's, the game plan is still a go. Just up-tempo, use the basketball to get up and down the floor, play solid man-to-man defense, and hit shots.
So we'll be back for the call of the second quarter of this 2015-2016 Hall of Fame Cup semifinal game. Ladies action brought to you on Bella Line TV 1. St. Kevin's now with possession here to start off the second quarter. Here's Ashley Collins. Collins puts the ball down low, looking to find the hands of Grace Bennett. Does so, and Bennett gets fouled, putting that ball up for the shot. Bennett, real tough to handle down low for St. Kevin's.
Real tough to handle, and a great strategy by St. Kevin's. You know, I've talked about Sarah Hiscock being that centerpiece in the O'Donnell offense, but St. Kevin's want to take it to her defensively, maybe get her in foul trouble, wear her down. So look for Grace Bennett to get a couple more set plays for herself down low and force Hiscock to work both ends of the basketball court.
O'Donnell get a good look there, nice shot from the hands of Cousins. Couldn't get it to drop. Back comes St. Kevin's. Ashley Collins with a 3-point attempt. That one doesn't go. Going to have a jump ball, possession arrow. Going to go to the Patriots. St. Kevin's deciding to press here off this inbounds. Tasha Knight looking to get it in. She finds Beer. Beer for Elizabeth Davila. Davila outside for Hiscock. Hiscock taking a shot from a long range there. And that's not where O'Donnell wants their big gun to be. They want her to be a little closer to the bucket. Nice pass inside by Ashley Collins. Finds Grace Bennett. And Bennett puts up the easy basket there. Here's Elizabeth Davila. Davila off the dribble. Puts it down low for Cousins. Cousins turns that one over, and away come the Mavericks. Back down. Whoa, Ashley Collins took a couple of steps too many there, got away with it. And Collins threatens to shoot from the outside. Instead elects to pass, kicks it out. Big rebound attempt here, and a nice rebound pulled down by Hiscock in the paint.
Pace slowing down a little bit, and this is in favor of the O'Donnell High Patriots.
Absolutely. As we see Elizabeth Davila put up a 3-point attempt. Natasha Knight grabs the rebound, and she gets fouled as she tries to go to the hoop. Knight will go to the line to shoot 2.
Steve, a little trivia for you. I went to both of these schools.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Did that mean you got kicked out of one of those schools, Scott?
Never
did
been
mom
kicked
and dad
out.
Just move, or
Grew up in the Ghouls till I was in till we were in grade 4. We left, and then moved to Mount Pearl and went to O'Donnell. But I used to spend a lot of time in the Ghouls. For any fans, St. Kevin's fans out there, my grandmother Mary Miller, she used to live up by Fleet Store in the old part of the Ghouls. Great memories.
So here's the eternal debate, and you can solve it now, seeing as we're officially a resident. Is it Ghouls or the Ghouls? I just noticed you said the Ghouls 3 times in a row.
As a resident, I can call it whatever I like, but I believe officially it's Ghouls.
There you go. Ball kicked in, stolen by Sarah Hiscock. Grace Bennett couldn't get her hands on that one, and Stephanie Beer is going to bring it down the floor for the Patriots. Beer under some tight defense there by Kirsten Goss. Kirsten Goss causes the turnover, and away comes Brina Power for St. Kevin's.
Is it Netherlands or the Netherlands?
Who cares what Netherlands is? I don't care about Netherlands. I want to be in the Ghouls. With apologies to anybody who happens to be over in the Netherlands watching our webcast today.
We had someone from Dubai watching.
Absolutely. Who knows? So, O'Donnell with the ball, going to have the inbounds here. And Jenny Hodder has checked into the game for the first time for the Patriots. Hodder's a bit of a shooter for this O'Donnell team. And that's something they probably need as they're trying to go to Hiscock. I don't know if it's too much, but not having a whole lot of success. Maybe some threats from the outside might open some room up for Sarah down low.
Absolutely. You know, you have to go inside, but there has to be something outside for her to pass the basketball to with confidence.
Brina Power.
Hodder hit a couple shots earlier today, and hopefully she'll get a little bit hot for this O'Donnell Patriots team this afternoon.
Collins' shot goes up, they miss. Beer puts it down for Hodder now. Hodder fights off the St. Kevin's player. Can't come away with the ball. And away comes Brina Power. Power kicks it out for Collins. Collins going to be called for traveling. Did not have her feet set. And we've got a substitution as Fisher's going to check back into the game. And she will replace Kiana Vaughn.
You know, if you're a player out there and you're playing in a big game in front of a coach or you know, you're trying to get recruited, the best advice I can give is just to play basketball. Just to play your game. Make sure you're working hard. You've got good body language. Coaches are looking at kids that keep their heads up after mistakes. As soon as those heads starts to drop down, the coach's head will drop down and cross your name off the list.
Absolutely. Happens all the time. Here's Beer. Beer does a good job beating a press there. Hiscock open momentarily. St. Kevin's intercept that pass, fall out of bounds. Substitutions coming in again. And we see St. Kevin's bringing in fresh people off the bench. I think they noticed that maybe there's been a little bit of a lull. Still doing okay in the scoreboard, but they want to keep the intensity of the game up for sure.
O'Donnell with a couple turnovers here on the wing, trying to get the ball down low. Need to do a better job of protecting the basketball. Fake a pass, make a pass.
Here's Collins for Fisher. Fisher in for Emberley. Ball's kicked out for Ashley Collins. Collins with the floater in the lane. Good job on the boards there by Kylie Emberley. And a big bucket there for the Mavericks.
Left-handed floater, unlucky. But rebounders in position to get the basketball. Backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation against Jenny Hodder. Timeout called by Goulds. 31-18. Bellaline TV1 is the official broadcaster of this year's Hall of Fame Cup, with games presented online at www.bellaline.ca/TV1. Bellaline, there's more to love with Fiber App. 31-18, 5:04 left to go in the second quarter. Goulds with possession on the inbounds pass. Here's Collins. Collins for Fisher. Fisher attempts to bring the ball to the paint. Long three-point attempt by Collins. That rebound's grabbed by Elizabeth Davila. Davila, good crossover dribble down low, runs into trouble, manages to get it out. And Jenny Hodder finds that one wrapped in a bow in the key. She picks it up and drops it for a two-pointer. Power. Emma Power for Brina Power. Over for Collins. Collins out to Fisher. Kayla Fisher from downtown. She puts the three down. Here's Sarah Hiscock on the outside.
Kayla Fisher, very capable basketball player with lots of experience with this Newfoundland program. Very confident, hitting a couple shots, passing the basketball, attacking the rim.
Shot from the outside there, misses off the hands of Emma Power. Good pressure here by St. Kevin's. All over the O'Donnell team at every end of the floor. O'Donnell hanging around though, Scott. I mean, certainly not out of this yet as Natasha Knight just puts up back a rebound.
Well, considering the what you would call a disastrous start, 7-0 in 48 seconds.
Yeah,
they're doing pretty good. Kayla Fisher again,
2 threes in a row. That one off the glass. That's a more unconventional way of seeing it drop, but nonetheless, three-pointer it is. And a charging call is Fisher on the defensive end. Had her feet set and she takes the charge. Turnover once again. St. Kevin's Fisher doing it all at both ends, Scott. Defense and offense. Timeout called. Action continues. Now Ashley Collins going to bring the ball up the floor for the Mavericks. Here's Brina Power. Nice pass in low, but Kylie Emberley couldn't put that one in, and Elizabeth Davila takes the rebound. Here's Hodder. Jenny Hodder fearlessly goes to the basket, just never had anywhere to go with that one. Collins settles things down. Collins, nice spin move. Bit of an errant shot there, and here comes Jenny Hodder. Both teams after the timeout, Scott, they're just coming out blazing.
Coming out blazing. I think that's the 5th shot in about 30 seconds there.
Natasha Knight puts one away, and finally a semblance of slowing things down. Here's Collins. 3-point attempt for Collins. Did not get the shooter's bounce. And Elizabeth Davila going to move the ball for Hodder. Hodder's going to take her own 3-point attempt. Stops. That one doesn't drop. And back come the Mavericks. Collins. Bounce pass down low for Fisher. Fisher. She drives into the key. Beautiful feed there for Emberley from Kayla Fisher. A sweet pass. Didn't need no sugar on that one. It was sweet enough.
Great find. Kayla Fisher playing the best basketball I've seen her play this weekend.
Ball goes out of bounds off the legs of the St. Kevin's defender. Hiscock's going to check back into the game along with Beer. And out comes Natasha Knight and Jenny Hodder. Inbounds. Here's Beer. Beer finds Hiscock right away. Hiscock, good strong move to the rim. Couldn't quite get it to drop. Play goes on. There's a shot there. Foul going to be called against the Patriots. And going to the line is Kayla Fisher. This has been her best offensive game I've seen so far this tournament, Scott.
Absolutely. Emma Power doing a good job. I'd like to see her head up a little bit more, dribbling that basketball up the court, just to get the defense thinking, what is she going to do with the basketball right now? But outstanding play.
See the official going to the scorekeeper's box now. I believe they had the clock run a little bit. Scorekeepers wanted to get home and catch Coronation Street before it starts or something like that, but they do have to stop the clock. You can't just let it run. That's why Bell has PVRs now. You can record your favorite shows on Bell TV. So they do have it figured out. The O'Donnell coach questioning how much time went off the clock. And here we go. We got the referee stepping in and picking up for the scorekeepers. One thing in basketball, not in hockey, a lot more banter between referees and coaches in hockey. Basketball, generally, you can't say much to the referees.
Very short leash.
And you know something? That's okay. I'm okay with that. Despite the job you might or might not think the referee is doing, you've got to respect that they have a job to do and it's tough.
Very tough.
And that is the last good thing I will say about them.
You've been very nice.
I have been very nice. And you know something? The reason I've been very nice, I got to give it credit. The officials here have done a great job. I call it as I see it, Scott Noftel.
Head coach of the O'Donnell Patriots, Wayne Rose, would disagree with us right now,
Yeah,
Steve.
but I know why. Because he's a referee. Most guys who coach and ref are probably the worst on referees. Are people who referee and coach, they're the worst ones on referees. And Wayne will be the first one to tell you that, I'm sure. Here's
another great
Fisher.
pass.
Sweet feed in Emberley once again. This one's going to come out for Emma Power. Power shot. St. Kevin's just owning the boards here, Scott. They're getting 2, 3, sometimes 4 opportunities off a shot. And there's a miss there, and the rebound is grabbed by the Patriots, Katie Cousins. Beer for Davila. Davila down low for Cousins. Cousins out for Davila. Find the hands of Hiscock. Hiscock not triple teamed, quadruple teamed in the paint. Soon as Hiscock touched that ball, 4 white jerseys surrounded her, Scott.
Quadruple teamed, and I thought a triple step to the basket. Thought it was a travel, but not a great advantage point here. missed the play. Great heads up here. St. Kevin's doing a really good job getting that basketball up into their offense. It's only a short 24-second shot clock. You want to get into your offense as soon as possible.
7.5 seconds left in this first half. St. Kevin's in control, playing for the last shot of the half. Don't forget, folks, you can reach out to us on Twitter. Give us your thoughts of this game after the first half, and we'll get them on the air for you. Coming into the second, here's Ashley Collins. Collins going to play for the last shot of this quarter. Into the corner for Emma Power. Power with a three-pointer, just for good measure, to put a cap on. And the officials identifying the clock should have ran there. And the half is indeed older, but to put on Emma Power with a stamp of an exclamation point on this first half by the St. Kevin's team, Scott.
Strong start and a great way to finish the half. 43 points in a half. O'Donnell, again, that inexperience really showing, down 19 here to a tough St. Kevin's team.
We'll be back for the call of the second half in this 2016 Hall of Fame Cup semifinal game between the O'Donnell Patriots and St. Kevin's Mavericks on Bella Line TV1. Back for the second half. No scoring thus far. Different start to this second half as opposed to the first. 40 seconds into the first, St. Kevin's had 7 points through the bucket. Right now, both teams missing at both ends.
Steve, a little update from the other semifinal in the women's action here at the Hall of Fame Cup. Waterford Valley up 5 points against the Gonzaga Vikings in a very close semifinal matchup.
Here's Jenny Hodder driving to the rim. Hodder smartly goes into the defender, Emma Power. She's going to go to the line to shoot two. Checking in with Angie Barry on Twitter. Thanks for the kind words, Angie. And yes, indeed, the Ghouls rule. Gotta love the hashtag Ghouls rules. Megan, same thing. And Megan tells you, Scott, she's saying it's the Ghouls. So there you go. That's our first weigh-in on that one. Hodder at the line. And she sits down and drains the second shot.
Thank you, Megan. So if it's the Ghouls, shouldn't it be the Ghouls rule?
No, Ghouls rules. Come on. Just not go too far with it here. Ghouls rules. We all know that. I'm not even from Ghouls. I live in Kilbride. I'm almost there. Beer drives to the basket. Can't get that one to fall. And back come the Mavericks. Here's a shot from the outside by Emma Power. That one doesn't fall. And jump ball on the rebound. Ball will go to the Patriots, I believe. Kayla Fisher checking in. And coming out for the Mavericks is number 13, Kiana Vaughn. Davila bringing the ball gingerly up the floor. Here's Davila. Goes
Great
to the basket
play.
with reckless abandon and has a chance at an and one play. Elizabeth, not Alex Davila, going to the hole there.
Steve, just listening to the basketball as she was dribbling it with confidence, pound, pound, pound. You knew she was feeling it and going to take it to the basket, make something happen. And one, misses the free throw. Kayla Fisher had a great first half, bringing the ball up for St. Kevin's. Gets it back in the corner, takes the shot.
Fisher, shot from the outside. Gets her own rebound. Nice defensive play there by Sarah Hiscock. And you see O'Donnell starting to push the pace a little bit here. Scott, not something we expected, but O'Donnell really want to start to run it a little.
Nothing to lose. Young, why not? You're down 20. You have to make a run and a push. Try to get some easy baskets for yourselves. Let's see what they do here offensively.
Grace Bennett checks back into the game. Megan checking in with us again on Twitter, saying she's watching from Goose Bay, almost as far away as Dubai. Tell you what, if you're trying to fly there from St. John's, it is, Megan, as I'm sure you'd know. Cheering for the Mavericks. Megan checking in. Thanks for joining us, Megan. Hope you enjoy the broadcast, and I know you must be enjoying the play of the St. Kevin's Mavericks here thus far. Foul behind the play as Sarah Hiscock was upended. So Kayla Fisher will pick up that foul. Checking in now for O'Donnell will be Natasha Knight. We've got a timeout called by the St. Kevin's Mavericks. 44-28, St. Kevin's over O'Donnell. Third quarter here of this semifinal game of the 2016 Hall of Fame Cup. Beer off the timeout, brings the ball up to the floor for O'Donnell. Ball just chipped out of bounds. Still going to be Patriots ball. What do the Patriots have to do to make a run here? They haven't really made, they've hung around a little, done okay, but they haven't made a real serious run at St. Kevin's this game. Are the tools in the basket there for this O'Donnell team? Scott, what do you think?
Great example then. They have to go inside to Sarah Hiscock, but they cannot rely totally on Sarah Hiscock to do it all. Sarah misses the shot. There's nobody crashing the glass. It's not the Sarah Hiscock show. It's the O'Donnell Patriots show. You can't stand around and watch your centerpiece play. You have to participate and crash the boards and support her. It'll only make her stronger as a post player because the attention, they will not be able to double team her. As we saw earlier, quadruple team her.
We see Emma Power then drain a 3-point shot. And she got a few Jamie Oliver stamps on that one from hitting that from the Sobeys parking lot. She was way outside on that one. O'Donnell in the inbounds. Hiscock back for Elizabeth Davila. Natasha Knight puts one off the glass.
Better possession there. Pass and cut. Got a good shot. Have to be composed and shoot the basketball to score.
Long distance 3-point attempt there by Kristen Goss. Davila had an opportunity for an easy basket, but the ball just came out of her hands. And unfortunate for O'Donnell. Davila going to get a much earned break here for the Patriots.
That ability as a young basketball player to put the basketball on the floor while your head is up, looking up the court, it'll separate you from the rest of the crowd. Katie Cousins then a little bit unlucky over the head of Elizabeth Davila. Great play. I love what O'Donnell's doing. O'Donnell is not backing down, running and gunning. Need to capitalize now.
Looks like we might have a team in the bonus here now. And St. Kevin's in a little foul trouble. 5:36 left to go here, Scott, in this quarter. And that, I'm surprised. I didn't think there was that many fouls in this quarter. Tell you what, I'm sort of surprised Gould's not checking the score sheet there. Now, maybe they have people on their own bench doing stats as well, but given the issues we've seen with the clock so far, I'd certainly be checking that out.
5 is the limit.
Yep.
I'm not exactly sure. We don't have the score sheet in front of us. But if you're the O'Donnell Patriots, you're loving it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Ball comes down, goes to the possession arrow. Arrow goes in favor of the Mavericks. Ashley Collins brings the ball up the floor. Collins under some good defense there by Beer. And there's going to be a travel there as Rena Power just didn't have her back foot planted before she picked up her dribble. O'Donnell on the inbounds pass. Nice pass to Beer. Beer in full flight. Beer brings it all the way down. Couldn't quite get it. It's Grace Bennett. Comes in for St. Kevin's. Gets the rebound. Can't hold on to it. And Beer looking to come out of the game, Scott. Pointing to her knee. She's in a little bit of trouble there physically as Elizabeth Davila chips back in. You know the player's in trouble if the player's coming to the bench wanting to come out. And a competitor like that young lady, you know she's hurting.
O'Donnell getting good looks at the basket. Need to just be composed, step in a little bit, use the backboard fundamentals.
And this might be a silly comment, but I'm looking around here and the officials, the job they have to do, and I'm looking at the court.
The lines on the court,
There are
Steve.
about 60 different lines as we are in a multi-purpose facility, but I can see you getting confused with the lines on the court. I really could.
Absolutely. I wonder if the referees would, if it came down to making a missed call like that, would they call it back? Is that something that the referees have discussed amongst themselves? Because you're right, there is very confusing.
in a multi-use facility such as this, it's got to be a consideration, you would think. Here's a shot from the key by Collins. That one just misses. Casey Potter comes down for O'Donnell, brings it to the hoop. Can't get it to drop, though. And a nice effort there by Elizabeth Davila. Davila couldn't get that one to drop. But once again, ball will stay in the hands of the Patriots. Katie Cousins on the inbounds. Finds Natasha Knight under the rim. Knight goes up and she's fouled. And Knight will go to the line to shoot 2. 4:09 left to go here in this third quarter. And St. Kevin's have opened up a big lead. Knight sinks the first one. And Knight with a successful trip to the foul line, and just another off-the-cuff observation. The girls are a lot better free shooters than the boys in the games I've seen.
Especially this St. Kevin's basketball team. I think the girls a little more fundamentally sound shooting-wise. I think they've one thing they're not fundamentally as sound about is driving to the basket and getting shots off the dribble. A lot of settling for three-point shots on the girls' side.
Here's Brina Power now. Power on the outside. She moves it to Kiana Vaughn. Vaughn over for Ashley Collins in the corner.
Steve,
Collins,
we had the tweet there from
good rebound there by St. Kevin's, holding on the ball down low. Brina Power takes that one off her face, and it bounces free to O'Donnell.
Katie
Here's
Cousins with a nice outlet pass, another nice pass, and a drive to the basket.
Foul goes against O'Donnell. I believe that's going to be Hiscock. No, is it O'Donnell?
Steve, we had a tweet earlier from Goose Bay. Wouldn't it be great to see a team from Labrador in the Elite Eight in the Hall of Fame Cup at some point, or the 4As?
There you go. Scott Knopfel puts the challenge down. And you know something, we talk about the size of schools and stuff like that. Hey, if Fatima can
68 students.
Why can't Labrador? Seriously.
Absolutely. Wabush, Goose Bay, Lab City.
And Fatima, as far as I know, Fatima defeated Waterford Valley in the consolation game on the other side earlier on. I believe Fatima won that game.
Is that correct?
That's what I'm being told.
Labrador, are you listening?
So Waterford Valley, the new super school here in St. John's.
The biggest school in the province.
And Fatima.
68 students.
Yeah, why not?
And you know, to go a little further down the shore, Trepassey, I think they have 30-something students at their school. Want to do an interview? Not.
So coming up now, we're going to have a live interview with Scott. Scott's going to have Kelsey Moore, I believe the MVP from last year's tournament here at the Hall of Fame Cup. And Kelsey will join Scott here on the air. So Scott, take it away.
Kelsey Moore, we're at the 17th annual Hall of Fame Cup. You were the MVP for the 16th annual, now a member of the Memorial University Seahawks. How does it feel to be back in this gym just a year later?
Well, it's obviously very nostalgic. Like, we obviously all miss playing high school basketball. You know, all my friends, when we all graduated together, we said how sad it was because we were so successful over the years and we had so much fun playing together. So it's just very, you know, exciting to move on and play for Munn, but it's also very sad to see that especially Booth isn't here anymore and it's at Waterford Valley. So we're just like kind of sad, but excited too.
You mentioned that success you guys had with Waterford Valley and Booth for a number of years, undefeated.
Yeah.
Now you're at on this Memorial Seahawks team, 3-15. I'm a big fan of this team. How is it the transition been for Kelsey Moore from high school to the university game?
It's been actually very difficult for me personally because I've been so used to, being the top player all throughout, growing up. I've always been that player. And the transition from high school to university has definitely been a big, big change for me, but I'm adapting to it very well.
For the young girls out here, the young athletes playing in this tournament right now with dreams of playing for Coach Mark English and the Memorial, to be a Lady Seahawks, what advice does former MVP of the Hall of Fame Cup, Kelsey Moore, have for those girls out there? What should they do to prepare for the next level?
The big part of taking your game from the high school level to the university level is just having that passion and motivation to really want to be the best. Because if it's a big, you have to manage your time very well with school and basketball, and you just have to be prepared to, sacrifice a lot to practice and give it your all and leave it all on the floor, basically.
Kelsey, thanks for being on the program. And you mentioned being prepared. I know you guys are prepared. You got a big weekend coming up this weekend off. Enjoy the rest. February 26th, 27th versus St. Avex at the Nest. Come on out and check it out. Kelsey, thanks a lot for being on the program.
Thank you very much.
So you just heard from last year's MVP, Kelsey Moore, current Seahawk on the Lady Seahawk roster.
Absolutely. A big part of that team's future. Gave some great advice out there. She mentioned the word passion, and that's what it takes to play at the next level. Steve, to use myself as an example, and my humble basketball career, that's what got that passion and hunger and the drive got me on the Canada Games program, and then to the MUN team. And as I get further and further away from those years, I realize what a privilege it is to play. Of all these players here this weekend, only a certain percentage, a very small number, are going to actually get to play at the university level.
So a little discussion here. The officials, they forgot that O'Donnell were in the bonus situation. Should have been shooting on the foul. The only person seemed to remember was Natasha Knight. She went straight to the line to take her free throws. 25 seconds left, and the St. Kevin's team with a commanding 18-point lead here at the half. Knight drains the second of her 2 free throws. Emma Power carrying the ball up the floor now as Ashley Collins has had a seat for a little breather in this first half. Winning team here today punches their ticket to the championship game of the Hall of Fame Cup. Here's Emma Power, long 3-point attempt, and that's the second or third time she's done that this game, Scott.
Just a great looking jump shot. Any young player out there, you want to pattern your game after someone, look at Emma Power. Fantastic stroke.
So at the buzzer, Power's 3 gives the St. Kevin's Maverick a 20-point lead after 3. St. Kevin's 54, O'Donnell 34. We'll be back for the call of the fourth quarter of the 2016 Hall of Fame Cup, brought to you exclusively by Bell Line TV 1. O'Donnell back to work here to start the fourth quarter. Sarah Hiscock with a quick bucket, and that's going to be a key if they're going to make a serious run.
Great start to the fourth quarter. More of that if you're an O'Donnell High Patriot fan.
And there's the answer St. Kevin's are going to want. That's right away. Kiana Vaughn just answers back quickly for the Mavs. Here's Ashley Collins dancing up the floor.
Right idea there by the Mavericks. Need to take a little bit of time as a passer. Let your big post player get their feet set and then feed them the basketball in position.
So we got people checking in from Labrador as your shout out. And I figured that would happen when you put that out there. Thomas Taffy Maulers in Goose. But MMC doesn't have enough resources to make it out. That, and what he means is lack of teams to practice and train against. And you know something? I hear you. It's a tough sled for even me coming from the ice hockey background. Teams from Labrador, they're certainly up against it. But one thing I can tell you, and I'm sure basketball players will be no different than the hockey kids, whenever we play a team from Labrador, or whenever I've had the privilege, I've coached provincial teams in ice hockey and ball hockey, and whenever I've had a kid from Labrador play for me, there is no better character player, or nobody works harder than anybody from Labrador. An absolute pleasure to be around athletes from Labrador on teams that I've played and the kids I've had the pleasure of coaching before. So sometimes you're in a tournament, you look at who your weak opponent's going to be. And a quick little story, I remember we beat a team from Labrador 11-1 in a round-robin game. We did beat them in overtime at the championship game, in overtime. And I believe we had to score with 2 minutes left.
Wow.
No quit in Labrador, so if there's ever a will up there, they'll figure it out.
James Fitzgerald is a great Labrador. I believe he's from Wabush. Tried out for the Mun basketball team as a soccer player. Back in the 90s, almost cracked the lineup, went on to win the 2007 CrossFit Games. So that tells you the kind of pedigree coming out of Labrador. And to Thomas's point, you know, NLBT, we run basketball camps all over the province. We've gone out, we've done them in on the West Coast. We've gone to Somerford, Newfoundland. We went to Belanger Memorial out in the Codroy Valley. I would love to bring NLBT and do a basketball camp in Labrador. Hit me up on Twitter and we'll make it happen. It's all about making this stuff happen.
Here's Brina Power, kicks it down low for Collins. Under some double team pressure. Great job to get that out, and Hiscock with a good defensive play, but Grace Bennett comes up with another steal. Here's Brina Power for Collins. Collins over for Emma Power. Brina Power kicks it down low, looking for look for Kiana Vaughn. And St. Kevin's, you wonder, is this the A unit on the floor? Is it the B unit? I don't think it matters. They've got such depth, Scott. They can send at least 8 or 9 girls out on the floor and could be a starter on most teams.
Absolutely. Kayla Fisher checking back into the game. Little shout out here to a St. Kevin's player, Taylor Frizzell. It's her birthday today. I'd like to wish her a happy birthday. Hopefully she'll get into the game. Coach, not giving any free birthday gifts.
No birthday
away.
cards on the bench today.
No, absolutely not. Look for her to get some playing time here in the last
We might have to send you
minutes.
down to the bench, Scott, for the little, just to give them a little nudge here later on as the dying minutes come out. I mean, right now a 22-point lead just got added to by the St. Kevin's Mavericks. Starting to open things up here, so soon be time for a birthday wish, I think. Under the boards there, good rebound attempt by the Patriots.
And right on cue, Steve,
There you
who
go.
steps up to the bench?
That's
the
why you're the Swami.
has spoken.
That's why you're the Swami. So checking into the game for St. Kevin's, Taylor Frizzell Ryan. Bonne fête à toi. You like that one?
I didn't know we were
Say moi.
broadcasting in French here. What a way to celebrate your birthday as your team handily in the lead in the fourth, on their way to the finals of the 17th Hall of Fame Cup here for the NLBA's Executive Director Billy Murphy walks by, doing a great job. Well run once again this year.
Frizzell just off the bench there, almost getting onto the score sheet right away. Here comes Davila. Davila driving to the basket. She's going to draw the foul, and Brina Power will pick up that one. Davila going to go to the line to shoot two.
Nice heads-up play by Stephanie Bear, advancing the basketball up the court, getting an easy opportunity, stopping the clock, and a confident free throw shooter.
This young lady's pretty confident, I would say, in everything she does. Scott, she just seems to carry herself that way. And we mentioned earlier about her brother playing on the other team. Same sort of poise, same sort of composure. I'm going to assume that the gentleman coaching here is the dad.
Absolutely.
And, you know, some credit to that gentleman for have two kids carry themselves like they do. That must say something about parents as well.
Great to see.
St. Kevin's now going to face a little bit of a press here from O'Donnell. Not really full-fledged by any means, as we see Kayla Fisher easily break that trap. Comes down low, and going to be a trip to the foul line for Grace Bennett for St. Kevin's. Bennett steps to the foul line. Misses the first free throw.
You mentioned brother-sister duo. I think of a brother-sister combo when I played, and I'll put it out there and say two future Hall of Famers from Trepassey, John and Jennifer Devereaux, just both tremendous lights out basketball players. Jennifer, outstanding player, had opportunities to play at multiple schools around the country, even in the United States, chose to play with Memorial and had an outstanding career. And her brother John, just, I've never seen anyone heat it up as fast as John Devereaux.
Great drive there by Sarah Hiscock to the hoop for O'Donnell. Fisher, outside shot. That rebound is pulled down by Jenny Hodder. Sorry, check that, Casey Potter. Here's Avila. Avila's going to go to the foul line once again. She draws another foul. Natasha Knight going to check into the game here for the Patriots.
Elizabeth Davila doing a great job getting to the line again, stopping the clock.
Just to comment on something I heard, I don't know if you were around, a conversation I had with someone from Fatima. Apparently there's talk, I don't know how serious it is, but talk about Fatima combining with Stella Maris to possibly floor one team between those two schools or between those communities. I don't know if that can happen, what it would take to make that happen, but certainly numbers-wise, they should. I mean, how, to expect them to compete against the Waterford Valleys and Holy Hearts and Gonzagas. But they would be quite a program, I would think, if they ever combined.
A great topic to talk about, I think. Why not? If you combine Fatima,
it's a podcast for you.
If you combine Fatima and Stella Maris, their combined student enrollment would still be under 100.
And, I really have no issue coming from St. John's. I'm a bigger townie than anybody. But to me, if that would help basketball or if it was hockey or any other sport, my goodness, why not?
I think it would help, and not necessarily for those two particular teams, maybe some other smaller teams. Fatima proved today that 68 kids in the school, and they can compete with the best here.
But even if they combine and all of a sudden, rather than compete, maybe they win.
Well, and
what's wrong with that? I have no issue. If I'm coaching a bigger school and someone beats me, I really don't have a problem with that. If you can beat me, if I have, 500 people to pick from and you've got 100 and you beat me, I'm going to tip my hat to you. Good for you.
Well, you know, our outports are getting smaller and smaller every year. Schools are getting smaller and smaller, combining classes. 32 kids in a school.
But if
So
that's a way to keep them competitive and keep them active and bring them into events like this Hall of Fame Cup,
Absolutely.
I've got to think that the governing body for basketball or the powers that be in the schools, someone can make that happen. And it isn't just for the benefit of those kids. I think that benefits the bigger schools as far as having someone else really good to compete with too.
Great point, Steve. Great point. You know, we've seen 8 teams in this tournament, and really it's a 2-team race on both sides of the play, boys and girls. Wouldn't it be great if we had 8 teams in here and it was anyone's game? And I think it'd be simple. You just make a ruling about the distance between the 2 schools geographically.
Sure.
That would have to be factored in.
Yeah, you're not going to get Bonavista combining with Stella Maris.
And then just put a
Something
cap
like
on
that.
it. A school has to be under a certain amount of students to combine with another school. Interesting topics here.
There you go. Get me on the podcast. I'll bring it up. Here we go.
Hey, I would love to have you on the podcast.
No, you would. Here we go. Missed attempt there.
Talk ball hockey.
Both teams going to go to their bench now. And likely good to see both coaches get everybody into the game now. Opportunity. Alicia Whittle we see checking in for the Patriots. And the St. Kevin's team going to the bench. And St. Kevin's certainly bigger fish to fry coming up tomorrow. And we don't have any update on the score from the other side, but it's safe to assume a date with the mighty Waterford Valley Warriors here tomorrow for Championship Sunday. I believe our producer is hanging around here in the building. I believe Tristram Clark has told me you might get the call tomorrow, big fella. You might be on color.
I'm ready for the challenge. I appreciate the shot, and I think it's great for high school basketball, and that's what I'm all about.
It's great for high school basketball to have you on color, or
Yes.
oh, okay. Well, you heard it here first, folks. The Twitter box is probably going to explode with a comment like that.
Can't thank Bell enough. The experience to play, you know, in this facility, under the bright lights, you know, it raises the game when these athletes see a camera on them. And now we're doing these interviews. I think these interviews are fantastic. And you want to see a young athlete grow, interview them for 30 seconds.
Well, it's a
and
great
watch the confidence swell, and it translates to the skills off the court.
I've been working in media now for quite some time, and you hear people say, oh, it's no good getting a kid on camera because they can't talk. They just freeze up and they go, And to which I say to them, hey, if you've never been on camera before and someone shoves a camera in your face and asks you questions, what are you going to do? It's experience. It's just it's another part of learning the game.
Yep.
It's another aspect that they've got to learn. You want to move on and play for Memorial or even play at the highest level of whatever sport it is you're going to go to. You do a job interview.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing. You've got to learn to be comfortable, and that's an important step for these young athletes. And it's, obviously I'm blowing my own horn a little here working with Bell, but it's great for Bell to provide this service to the community here in St. John's and all over Atlantic Canada.
I guarantee there's young athletes here seeing us interview other athletes, and just from watching one of their peers being interviewed, they're gaining more confidence in themselves just watching it, and they're probably going home in the mirror practicing.
Absolutely.
I was doing it all night.
So we wind down, 2 minutes left to play. O'Donnell's still hanging around. Big 20-point lead, though, for the St. Kevin's Mavericks. And tomorrow, if everything goes away, we may have the big guy here, the Swami, on color commentary with Bell Alliance own superstar Jeremy Reynolds. And if all goes well, you might see the fat guy going around the sidelines for some interviews.
We're going to have to get you one of those hover.
Oh, I'd love to have one of those. Can we hook that up, Mr. Producer? Get me a hoverboard so I don't have to walk. That'd be fantastic.
I would pay.
2 minutes left to go. 63-44. St. Kevin's in control, in charge, and right from the get-go, Scott, this was their game to win.
I mean, like I said, they're in this tournament not to participate. They're in this tournament to win. They came out guns a-blazing. You got to give credit to this O'Donnell High basketball team. It's almost the O'Donnell High junior high basketball team, full of grade 9s. They've only got 3 athletes on the bench. Played great, played very well this morning, and had moments today when they looked like a top 3 or 4 team. Just come up against St. Kevin's, and like I said, St. Kevin's is on a mission, and they're going to lock horns with this Waterford Valley team tomorrow. If you're in the city and you got $3, come down to the Powerplex.
And if you don't have $3, let me know. I'll give it to you. You want to get in here tomorrow? Seriously, this is something else to see. This is fantastic basketball being played. And by all means, as an extra bonus, bring an iPad with you, and you can listen to the commentary online.
Heaven.
Doesn't get any better than that on a Sunday morning. Ball thrown around now, and St. Kevin's just running out the clock here, looking in the last minute, trying to get some players on the score sheet. Shot there, Stephanie Aylward steps in and drops a 3 ball for the Mavericks. Here's Davila. Davila once again driving to the hoop and going to make another trip to the foul line. She's been at the foul line more than Hiscock today, Scott.
And that's part of the reason why O'Donnell are on the other side of this scoreboard here now. Needed to go inside a little bit more, establish that presence of Sarah Hiscock in the middle, that centerpiece as we talked about earlier. Inexperience, I think, just standing around watching that centerpiece. But I'm telling you, this O'Donnell team is going to grow from this experience. Still lots of basketball left in this high school season. 4A's coming up.
See number 31 for O'Donnell, Emma Wipers, checked into the game. She get an opportunity to play her, which is great. St. Kevin's down the floor, number 11 for St. Kevin's, Kaylee Vaughn. She has got a knee brace on the size of my entire leg, Scott.
Wow.
That's a pretty big brace. There must be some kind of significant injury or something hurting there. Natasha Knight with the foul underneath. 10 seconds left to go. So, going to be Waterford Valley and Ghouls. And that's pretty much what everybody thought it would be coming in. The big question here is, and I'm going to put you on the spot, Scott. Do Ghouls have enough to take down the Warriors? Can it be done?
Absolutely. 100% it can be done. This O'Donnell team right now are the closest that's come to beating Waterford Valley this year. Losing by, I think they lost around 14 points. Nobody else has come closer. If anyone in this province, any team, any program has a chance to beat that Waterford Valley team, it's this Ghouls program.
So I'm going to ask you that question again. Will Ghouls, St. Kevin's Mavericks, win tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Wow. Now, there you heard it. You heard it here, folks.
It's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy, but the Swami is called upset. He's pulled the upset card out, and he's looking for the St. Kevin's Mavericks to upset Waterford Valley tomorrow. That being said, I'll probably ask you again tomorrow and let you off the hook at one point. For Scott Knoftel, I'm Steve Powers signing off. You've been watching Bella Lion TV1's coverage of the 2016 Hall of Fame Cup. We'll be back for men's semifinal action. Game will feature the Prince of Wales Cavaliers and the Holy Heart of Mary Highlanders. Good night.